And then that way, anybody who doesn't come to class today but still wants to watch it then and participate, then you can. And I think that's the beauty of having the YouTube page. So this is May the 9th. I mean, I tell you what, we started January the 10th. And it's wild how quick time flies. So,
that's right.
So for anybody that isn't in class today, obviously, but if you have come at least 10 times, then you'll get to earn this t-shirt, and I have your address and I'll be sending it to you. So watch out for that. Okay. And then if you decide you need anything, I know I have handouts, and I call myself have mailed them out, but sometimes I get confused on what I have and haven't done. And so if you need any kind of like handout that is supportive for your learning in Tai Chi, just let me know and I'll send you copies.
Okay.
Right. So I'm going to put, I was eating a fruit cup whenever, before class. Look what I did. Okay, so I got, of course, blueberries, strawberries, and I cut them up. I got a Honeycrisp apple, a mango, and then those little cups of mandarin oranges. I just drank the juice out of it and then put those in there. And this has been such a good, healthy snack. What gave me the idea was I ordered a fruit cup at Chick-fil-A, and it was so delicious. And I took note of what was in it, and I just made my own.
Well, that's a good idea.
So,
and it's a healthy idea.
Yeah, it's nice, healthy. It's already done up. It, you know, so if you have it available for you to get out of the refrigerator real easy, you're gonna eat it. Versus if I buy a thing of strawberries, a thing of blueberries, a thing of each of the things, and I don't wash and cut it up, they'll rot in my refrigerator before my kids will get them out and cut them up. But as soon as I cut them up and put them like this, man, they go out quick.
I'm sure. All you got to do is eat them.
That's right. So if I can make healthy easier, then that's the way to go, because life is difficult enough. Oh, so I just wanted to put the lid on it. It just seemed like a good idea. So we're just walking around, opening and closing our hands, pumping our arms, just getting our bodies warmed up and ready for exercise. We never want to exercise with cold muscles because that increases our chance of injury. It's been such beautiful weather. Our bodies can't help but be warm and just happy. I tell you, sunshine just makes my soul happy. And we've definitely had it. Oh, goodness. All right. So we're going to get in our nice stable stance. We think about our feet being about shoulder width or hip width apart. And Miss Linda, you just interrupt me anytime if you have any questions. Right now, it's just me. So whatever you have, I mean, we can cater this just to you. We're going to our good upright posture. It's like a string that pulls up and down at the same time. And our shoulders are nice and relaxed. So we're just standing in a way where our body's supported. We have a nice soft bend in our knee, and that helps us with our energy flow. It's called a song joint or open joint, and also helps us absorb any kind of impact. So it's just a good habit to have to not lock your joints. We're breathing. It's easy to hold your breath whenever you're doing something challenging or doing something new. So just check in with yourself and make sure you're breathing. So let's start with our neck. We're going to bring our hands up, palms down. Palms down towards our chin and chest. Push away from our bodies and then follow our hands all the way down, chin towards our chest, feeling a slight stretch in our neck. Bring our hands up towards our chin and chest. Push away and follow those hands all the way down. The other one for our neck starts out that same way. Follow that hand as we look over that shoulder. Come back to center. Switch hands. Just great for mobility of our neck. Helps us be safe drivers. Every time I think about this movement, I think about looking in that other lane to make sure it's safe for me to switch lanes or to back out of a parking spot. So one way we can make this movement a little bit more, let me get a little closer to the camera. So just simply looking over our shoulder. I mean, you feel that stretch in your neck, but whenever you're following your hand, see, this hand's down here by my hip. This is the one I'm following as if I were looking in a mirror. To make that movement more, we can, I guess it would fall under gentle resistance. We're kind of pulling, so we're pulling that hand back and pulling that hand to the side. And whenever you do that, you feel that chest open and you probably feel some muscle stretching in your back. So you can make that neck movement, but then make it even more by adding that gentle resistance. Do you have to do that? No, but that is one way you can just add a little bit more to help yourself out. All right, so those are for our neck. Next is for our shoulders. We have our hands to our side, and I like to think of it as drawing little circles as we roll those shoulders forward, and then roll these shoulders back. Almost like a massage you give yourself. And technically, these circles should be the size of a quarter. I think I tend to break that rule a little bit. My circles seem a little bit bigger than a quarter. That, or I don't remember how small a quarter is. We don't carry around change a whole lot, do we? All right, let's do that shoulder circle. We bring those hands up, palms up, and then we push them down in front of us. Inhale up and exhale, palms down. And I'm doing exactly opposite of what I just told you. I exhaled as I came up and inhaled as I came down. And no Tai Chi police came to arrest me. But it just makes sense to inhale because this feels like a gathering move. And so that goes along with inhale. And then this is like a push away move or an exhale, like you're gathering good and pushing away any bad. So you can kind of think of word affirmations when you go through that movement, and it just kind of helps regroup your mind. All right, next is for our spine. So we have our ball, and we're going to separate the hands. One comes up, pushes in the air, the other one pushes down towards the ground. So this stretches our spine. I like to inhale as I come to my ball and then exhale as I separate. I really like this stretch. Now back to our ball. Let's take it for a ride. Side, going in the direction of the hand that's on top, just above that knee. Switch hands and come back across. Slowly change your hand's direction. Come across. Side to side. Come back to center, hands down. Now let's work with our hips. Remember, this is the time when we start shifting our weight to one leg. So if you need a little extra help for balance or security, have a table nearby, a chair, a wall, something that helps you feel safe. Because number one priority is your safety. It's not matching everything that I do. It's knowing what you can do. And then our goal is to do it better, but using tools that help us stay safe. So we're going to shift our weight to one leg. We're going to put our heel out, hands back, pause, and tap to the back. So see, it's like a kickstand as our hands are up as a counterbalance. Heel forward, hands back, pause in the middle, toe back, hands forward. It's kind of like a leg swing. Very challenging on the leg that has to hold our weight the whole time. So let's give it a break and shift our weight to that other leg. Heel forward, hands back, pause, and toe back, hands forward. Make sure you're breathing. This is where we are definitely challenged. So just check with yourself. Let's go side to side. We're going to shift our weight, keeping that upright posture. If you feel comfortable, tap that toe out, bring it back, switch our hands, shift as we're opening a curtain, pushing a wall.
Opposite legs and arms.
That's right. So the direction in which we're shifting the weight is the direction we move our hands. So if I'm shifting weight to this leg, my hands are going with me. It's almost like my hands have magic and they're pushing the weight to that side and tapping out. So pushing the weight to that side and tapping out. Also notice how my hands stop at the frame of my body. So
yeah,
they don't go way over here. Because if they were to go way over there, then that what I just did, that's what would happen. I would fall. If I go, then I'm no longer upright posture. I'm leaning. So I keep my upright posture, shift the weight, and stop at the frame of my body. Anytime we're leaning, we're going towards falling. And that goes against what we're trying to do.
But when we got the full weight on one leg, we go with the hands on the opposite side, right? To even out the weight.
All right, so when I'm coming this way with my hands, I'm shifting the weight to this leg. So when I get here, then I lift this leg and tap out. So that's opposite.
Okay.
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 Bring it back. Now I shift it to that leg. Now I'm going to tap this leg out and bring it back. Here. Here. So the toe that taps out is opposite of where my hands are. But those hands are kind of pushing the weight and pushing the weight. So even if you don't lift your foot and tap it out, because a lot of times people, they don't like that because that's scary. So if you have problems with balance, you're not going to really want to just stand on one leg, right? That's very, very like high level. I have good balance. So what I'm asking you to do essentially is put all your weight on one leg and then bravely lift that one up and tap it out. Even though it's close to the floor, it's really the same thing as this because your weight is on one leg. So if you have problems with balance, that is a scary choice for you to make. So if you don't want to lift your foot and tap it out, don't. Keep it at the hip width distance. Shift the weight You know that there's no weight on this foot. I don't have to lift it up to prove it. You know all your weight is there. Now shift it here. I'm not going to pick this up, but all my weight's on this foot. So then that gives you a little bit a safer feeling. All right, let's say I'm not even sure about that. Like that still makes me kind of nervous. I need some more support. So grab your chair. Hold on to your chair. I wish my chair was clear so you could see through it. But I'm holding on to my chair and I'm shifting my weight. And I'm shifting my weight. So I'm not even tapping out even while I'm holding the chair. But that chair gave me confidence to fully shift the weight to one leg. So that gives you some options on weight shifting, because I know if you have problems with balance, then that's going to be an issue. That's what we do throughout Tai Chi, whether we really acknowledge or think about it or not, is shift the weight, right? So shift the weight, shift the weight, shift the weight. We do it all the time. We do it in commencement. Shift, step, shift, follow step, right? We do all that shifting there. When we do a single whip, shift right there. When we do waving hands and clouds, it's step, shift, follow step. So we're all the time shifting weight in our Tai Chi, and that's what helps our muscles be strong so that we can have good balance. It's hard to have good balance if you have weak muscles. That's just part of it. All right, so those were for our hips. Next one's for our knees. Of course, more weight shifting. We keep loose fists. We have them down here by our hips. We're going to shift, lift, tap and punch. Bring it back. Shift.
Opposite sides.
That's right. Opposite.
That's what I forget.
That's a counterbalance in theory. So when I have this foot tapped out, then the opposite arm is out.
Right.
That's right. Very good. Shift, lift, tap and punch. Bring it back. Let's do one more on each side. Shift, lift, tap and punch. Bring it back. Shift, lift, tap and punch. And so you're in control of how high you lift that foot to tap out. The higher you lift that foot, the more challenging it's going to be. And you don't ever have to lift it high up off the ground. You can keep it low. The main thing is you are shifting weight and then challenging it, bringing it back. Shifting the weight and then challenging it. It's through challenges that we grow, right? It's through challenging these muscles that we help them get stronger. The other knee movement is to shift, step out, heel toe, shift as we punch. So we're keeping the feet on the floor of keeping both feet flat on the floor. When we shift weight, we keep them on the floor, and we don't shift all of our weight to that front foot. We just give it a little bit of weight and then bring it back, feet side by side. And again, we punch that opposite hand. So it's shift, step, heel, toe, shift and punch, bring it back, feet side by side. Shift, step, heel, toe, shift and punch, bring it back, feet side by side. Shift, step, shift and punch, bring it back, side by side. So we're having the side to side shift, and then we have the front to back shift. So that movement is very dynamic. You know, if you wanted to pick out a move to really work on the strength of these legs, that would be one of them, because of the side to side shift and the front to back shift. In our advanced 6 movements, our weight shifting is mostly side to side as we do waving hands and clouds. When we get to our advanced movements, it's a lot of front and back shifting. So that move really prepares you for basic and advanced six. Next is for our ankles. So we'll shift the weight to one leg and heel toe, heel toe. Very good. Shift the weight, heel toe, heel toe. And then big toe, little toe. So we're going side to side.
Does it matter if it's which toe you start with?
No, ma'am. When I
Okay.
do my left foot, I go little toe, big toe. And when I do my right foot, I do big toe, little toe. The reason why is, you know how we read left to right?
Yeah.
So that's why I do it that way, is because I just go left to right, left to right. So left to right, left to right. But if you do it right to left or whichever way, the main thing is that
Doing that exercise.
yeah, the main thing is that you're flexing those ankles. So you could literally sit down. So you could do this if you're sitting at church, wherever you are. You could be in a restaurant waiting for your food to come, and you can just tap your toe, heel toe in the air, one at a time. You don't even have to do two or both feet at the same time. You can, but you can do it one at a time. You can roll your ankles in a circle, just sitting down. You know, you can have a conversation. Nobody knows your legs are under the table, moving around. Nobody's paying attention. If, while the preacher's preaching, that your legs or your toes are going heel toe, side to side. But that works on the flexibility of your ankles. It also helps encourage circulation in your legs. So the more blood flow we can keep going, the better for us. You hear about people having to, get it when they're bed bound. Somebody comes and helps exercise their legs to keep their muscles engaged, to help, keep that blood flowing. And so that's just having your health in mind. But
Right.
that can be done very easily seated, rolling those ankles in circles, one at a time. That helps with flexibility, but because your ankles would be more flexible, then you would be more mobile or more able to move. So one of my seniors years ago talked about that ankle exercise, that they used to have really weak ankles. They said they would turn their ankle all the time, especially if they were in grass and there was like uneven, yard or whatever. They would turn their ankle. And after doing those exercises, they said it made a real big difference in the strength of their ankle and then just the mobility of it. So they felt like they were in more control. So sometimes it's just the little things that we do that can make a big difference in moving. So we know that if we don't use it, we'll lose it.
Right.
Sometimes I think I use my brain too much and it gets tired.
That's what I wonder if I use mine enough, but then I use as much as I got.
Yeah. But it's a matter of just staying active. You don't have to go run a marathon. You don't have to go and lift heavy weights. You can work against gravity, using gravity as a weight bearing, and do different moves that help you build muscle. and help make your body stronger so you're more able. So sometimes the internet or TV makes us believe that we got to do so much more when we can back up and get down to basics and just really take care of our bodies. Tai Chi
Well,
specific.
because I know I can't do those hard exercises at my age anymore.
Yeah, well, I teach a bingo size program, and there are a couple moves that I really think are unsafe. And so there's a grapevine where you step and then you step behind, then you step beside. So that's one. Step behind step, step behind step. Well, I think that's unsafe. Also, there's I think it's called a stand skiing. I don't know, but it goes step back, just like you were skiing. Back, step back. But look what I'm doing. Leaning,
Yeah.
leaning, right? And then back, I'm crossing my legs in a very unnatural and unstable stance to do that grapevine. So
I don't think a person my age should be doing that.
no, I don't like it. I don't like a lot of exercises that are out there in terms of safety for falls prevention. So, we just thinking about a stable stance, widening our stance, having good posture, and whatever movement we're doing, do it in a way that we're not leaning into falling, doing too low. It's just don't worry about doing too much. I like how Tai Chi gets back to basics. So it teaches us body awareness so that when we're out in the world doing things, we recognize when we have bad posture, or we recognize whenever we're holding tension in different places, we recognize it. One thing, which I do lift weights, but one thing that I was doing a split squat. And so, you know how when we do that leg swing for our hips, we go here, you see, like that's out like a kickstand, that widens the stance, that's more stable. But if you do a split squat, sometimes people will be like this in a straight line. And if you go to squat down, then you're really off stable. So if you widen
balance
and split squat, then you're more stable. Do what?
I said you're off balance when you line yourself up.
That's right. And so we take what we learn in Tai Chi and apply it other places, and then we're safer. We're less likely to fall because we understand that we have to widen that stance. We have to have that good posture, or else we're more likely to fall. And so I like that about Tai Chi, that it teaches us body awareness and how we're holding ourselves to increase our chances of safety. So do you have any other questions about our warm-up exercises? So we have the 2 for our neck, shoulders, spine, hips, knees, and ankles. Those are the ones we do. You're good with those?
Yeah.
Very good. I'm going to get some more water. I thought I was completely out, but not. Almost out. Here, we'll use this as a plug to the importance of hydration, right?
Right.
I'll be lost without this water jug now. All right. So you could stay within those warm-up exercises and get full benefits of Tai Chi. But then we like to learn other things too. So we start with our basic 6. And so you like me to turn around or stay facing you? I forget.
Facing me.
Okay. All right. So we're going to do commencement, and I'm going to do mirror image. So commencement, we start with upright posture. Breathing, of course, hands to our side, our weights on both legs. So we're going to bring our hands up, hands facing each other, down, shift to that right foot, step out left, bring those hands in and up, shift left as those hands go out, bring that right foot forward, and our hands come back, open and close.
All right, you were going out with your right foot and your weight's on your left foot. You step out. Which one is it that you take the left one then and come up?
So whenever you, okay, so we know that the footwork is shift right, step left, shift left, bring the right foot forward. So we're just
okay.
Step forward, okay?
Okay.
The basics of the leg movement is shift right, step left. And when I step that foot out, I don't immediately give it weight. My weight is still on this back foot. So that front foot is called an empty step. I put that foot out there, but I don't give it weight yet. Then I give it weight. Then I bring my right foot forward. So in Tai Chi, we have an empty step, and that's what that is. So it's shift right, step left, shift left, right foot forward. The hands are, of course, our hands are facing each other the whole time. We bring our hands up and down towards our body, towards our hips, up our body, out, and back in. Okay.
I was thinking that we open and close. I got that.
Well, open and close is after we bring those hands in. So we come up, down, in, up, out, and back in, and then open and close.
Okay.
Open and close is our second move. So whenever we put our hands and feet together, we bring our hands up. Nothing happening with our feet until we bring our hands down. When we bring our hands down, we shift to that right foot. When I get my hands down, I step my left foot out. I bring my hands in and up. Now I shift the weight to the left foot as my hands go out. Bring the right foot forward. Hands come back. Open and close. All right, so those are our first two moves. Let's do them again. And commence. Bring those hands up, down, shift, right. Step left. Bring those hands in and up. Shift left as they go out. Right foot forward. Hands come back. Open and close.
I didn't get my feet together.
That's okay. We'll keep doing it. Keep practicing. So here we go. Let's do it again. Nothing's happening with our feet as we bring our hands up. It's when we bring our hands down that we shift to that right foot. When they finish coming down, I step with my left. Then I bring my hands in and up. When I take my hands out, I shift weight to my left foot. Bring the right foot forward. Hands come back. Now open and close. Is it getting better each time?
Yeah, it will.
It will. All right. Hands come in. Hands come up. Down, shift right. Step left. Bring those hands in and up. Shift left as our hands go out. Right foot forward. Hands come back. Open and close. I always think about my hands being magic in Tai Chi. And so in commencement, my hands are responsible for bringing that weight down to that right foot. That's what I think about. I think that they're magic somehow, that when they come down, the weight comes down. And then whenever the weight goes to that front foot, to that left foot, my hands push that weight out. And then I regroup at the end for the open and close. So if you can think about weight down, hands down, weight forward, hands forward, then that will give you a connector to feet and hand, what's going on with feet and hands.
Right.
That helped me thinking about weight down, hands down, and weight forward, hands forward. And then whenever I bring those hands back at the end, because my feet have, they're done doing what they're supposed to be doing. I've made that final step forward, so that bringing those hands back is kind of regrouping to go to the next move, which is open and close.
Yeah.
That's just kind of how I think about it, and it connects the hands to the feet.
The thing.
Go ahead.
The thing is I guess I'm not concentrating hard enough on what I'm supposed to be doing. I've always been bad about doing two things at one time.
I hear you, girl. I hear you. And so there are different ways we can practice. So when we practice just doing our lower body, where we shift right, step left, shift left, bring the right foot forward. We can just practice what that feels like to take that step, to empty step, to shift the weight, to bring the weight forward. We can just work on what it feels like to do the leg work of commencement, right? We just going through that motion of the step. Then
it's kind of like walking in slow motion.
It is. It's right? Just like it. It's just taking a step forward. It seems real easy when you break it up. Whenever you just do the feet and just do the hands. It's when you put it together that you go, there's just too much going on. Then you can practice the hand part of it. So we know the hands face each other the whole time, and we come up and down, in, up, out, and back in. Open and close. And then close it out.
Yeah, that makes sense for me.
So you can do one at a time. Practice the footwork, practice the handwork. Just feel the smoothness of that movement as you go in and out, up and down.
I think you can put them together once you get them separately done.
That's one way. That's one way of doing it. When you start to put it together, don't try to do all of it. Just do the first part of it. And here's the first part of it. The first part, nothing's happening with our feet, right? When our hands come up. Nothing's happening when we bring our hands up. But when we bring those hands down, that's when we're going to shift the weight to our right leg. So just practice that right there. Up, down, shift right. Up, down, shift right. And just practice that over and over and what that feels like. Up, down, shift right. So there you're putting a footwork and a handwork together, but it's just one little piece.
Right.
It's not all of the up and down and in and out and out. You know, it's not all of it, which can be overwhelming. So just practice that first part. Up, down, shift weight. And when you get comfortable,
when you come down is when you put your foot, your opposite foot
Mhm.
out.
Yep, that's right. So
Okay.
then when you get comfortable with that, then add that step. Up, down, shift the weight. Just
Yeah.
all right.
And that's a small step, isn't it? That's
Very
a small step.
yeah. It's just, we don't do anything big in Tai Chi. Everything is small, but it's that right there. That step.
Yeah.
So after you practice the up and the down with the weight shift, you got that, you feel that, that feels more comfortable, then just take that step and be done with that. And do it again.
And
up, down.
you have a bend in that leg.
Huh?
You have a bend in the leg.
Yeah.
I
always keep that soft bend in my knee. And that's called a song joint. SONG, song joint.
Yeah.
You'll notice that a lot of times if I come up and down, I do a lot more bending than is necessary, but it pumps. That's what helps make this a cardiovascular exercise. It helps, excuse me, it helps pump the blood through your body. When you come up and then you come down, that little bend, it pumps blood through your body and it makes it a cardiovascular. So you may see that a little more if you're paying attention. But practice that down, step. And just
when you're
practice.
coming up, you inhale. When you're going down, you exhale. Right?
Whenever the breathing that I do for commencement, just forget the footwork. Inhale up, exhale as you come down, and exhale as you come to your waist or your hips.
Yeah.
Then inhale up, and then exhale as you go out and back in. So commencement is 2 breaths.
Yeah.
Change the pace of your hand movement to your breath, especially if you practice by yourself, because you don't have anybody to keep up with. You can you can take that inhale, exhale. Even if I practice by myself, if I still have air to exhale when I bring those palms in or those hands in towards my hips, I don't go ahead and start coming up. I pause a second to complete my exhale, and then I inhale up and then exhale out and back in. I completely finish my exhale so that whenever I do the open and close, then it's an inhale and an exhale.
Yeah.
So I match my breath to my movement and I pause if necessary.
Okay.
That's good to practice your diaphragmatic breathing with just that commencement move. Inhale up, exhale down and in, inhale up, exhale out and in, and then waving hands and class. No, open and close, inhale out, exhale in.
Yeah.
Between those first 2 movements, you have 3 diaphragmatic breaths.
Yeah.
All right. Do you have any questions as we get to 2:30? I just don't want to leave you with questions that you have.
No, it's just that my mind gets confused.
That's okay.
I watched the video from last week. Well, I'll remember the moves, but it's all. I guess I'm just not concentrating enough to keep it in my mind, one move from the other. You know.
Yeah. And, I've been doing Tai Chi going on 11 years and I still mess up. So, don't think that you have to be perfect anytime. It's just a journey. And if you can ever catch yourself doing something wrong, that's big time growth. Because in the beginning, you're like, I don't know if I'm doing this right or wrong. I think I'm doing it right.
Okay, that sounds good to me.
So it comes, confidence with it comes with practice. So I
Yeah,
applaud you for giving the time for you to practice and get better.
right.
So just start with that commencement, break it up into as many pieces as you want to. Don't feel like you have to go up, down, shift, wait, step, come in, up, shift as the hands go out, right foot forward, hands come back, open and close. Don't think you have to do that all at the same time. Even if you start out just going here and down. Okay, I can feel that connection between the weight shift and the hand movement step.
Mm.
And then just start adding the pieces one at a time. Practice it small and start adding, and then that's another way. Then when
It's like putting a puzzle together,
yes,
in a sense.
it's all the little pieces, start putting them together. You can, even if you never, let's pretend that you never want to do it together. Let's pretend. Okay, what harm is it of doing the leg work? Shift, step, shift, bring the foot forward. Okay, practice that. Then do the hand work. Practicing it with principles in mind, you're gonna get the benefits. I just can't tell you enough to don't get overwhelmed by it. Always feel free to, of course, modify for safety, but then break it up into whatever pieces make sense to you where you don't feel overwhelmed, because they're all pieces.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay.
Because I'm doing them both at the same time gets me confused. It
Yes,
really does.
I
So
agree. I agree.
one thing at the time,
That's right.
and I've got a handle on that.
Yep.
So
And that's how we
okay,
do it best, is breaking it up in parts. So
right.
let's give ourselves a fist massage on our legs. That tells our legs, thank you for working so hard. They really do, especially when we're shifting weight. So that fist massage is good for those muscles, breaking up that lactic acid. Then we create tension, we gather it. If we keep tension all the time, we're going to create pain. We don't want that, so we let it go. We tense up and we let it go. Tense and relax. Tense and relax. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more. And then we take our right fist, that represents our strength. Remember, we never squeeze our fist. We always keep a loose fist. We have our left hand, our fingers all together. That represents our friendship. And our thumb bent in, that represents our humility. So we have strength, friendship, and humility. We put those together, and mutual respect, we say namaste.
Namaste.
Well, there you go, Miss Lynn.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. So be watching for mail from me, and then always let me know if I can do anything for you, okay?
All right, honey. Thank you so much. You have a good evening.
You too. Love you.
Love you too.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.